Hi, and welcome to Sketch from Scratch. Today we're going to be creating an industrial style track on the iPad using Pro Tools Sketch. So Sketch is a music creation tool, and it can be used within Pro Tools or on the iPad, and it's a free download from the App Store. It has this non-linear clip-based workflow, so it's perfect for just capturing ideas and experimenting with things until you find something that works together. So if you haven't gone and downloaded it yet, go ahead and grab it now. So industrial music has evolved over the decades, but for me it's best characterized as very dark sounding music that has this mix of like electronic drums and synthesizers with rock production and a lot of distortion. So I'm going to show you how I would start making a track like that using Sketch on the iPad. So let's get started. So here we are inside a new Sketch project. So I'm going to start this track by adding some drums. So I'm going to click Instrument 1 and go to the track window. And you can see here I've got PlayCell, which is one of the virtual instruments inside of Sketch. So I'm going to go to the Electro kit, and now I've got some pads. Okay, so I think something real minimalist is kind of what I want to start with and maybe build it out from there. So I'll turn the click on, record arm, instrument 1, and let's start recording. Okay, now that that's been recorded, I can go to the editor and I can change the in and out points of this loop so that I have a 4-bar loop. And let's hear that back. Great. So typically for this style of music, I would want to maybe distort or saturate some of the drums. Now I could do that in the track page and actually add a plugin, but instead of doing that, I'm actually going to stack my snares with another kit inside of PlayCell, which is the industrial kit. And I have that very distorted snare sound, which is rad. So I'm going to just record just the snares on another track. So let's record arm. Let's go. Okay, let's take that out of record, go to the track page in the editor, and let's change those ins and outs. So the next thing I probably want to add is some hi-hats or some random percussion, and I could do that by playing in the MIDI on a virtual instrument. But one of the great things about Sketch is all of these loops that come with the app. So if I go into my drum loops, I can actually scroll down and find something that might work for this track. So let's drag that into Audio 1. And I can select the clip and go to the editor. And again, just get a 4-bar loop of that, because that's all I need. Now let's see how that all works together. I might go to the mixer and just turn down those hats just slightly. Okay, I think those drums are going to work. I might want to add something a little bit later, but I'm going to move on and actually record some bass guitar. So I'm just going to pick up my bass and I'll show you how to record a bass guitar into Sketch. Okay, for me to start recording bass, I've got my MBox Studio connected to my iPad Pro. So I'm just going to go to the top right-hand corner and press the cog icon and make sure that the audio input on my audio interface is the same as what my bass is plugged into my audio interface. And you can see I've got some level. And if I press the input monitoring button, I should be able to hear my bass. So I'm just going to play along with those drums and see if I can find something that sounds cool. Okay, I think I've got something that'll work as a baseline for this, so I'm going to record ARM audio track 2, and let's start recording. Now that that's recorded, we'll go to the editor and let's just grab just a 4-bar loop of that. And let's see how that all sounds together. All right, that bass is sounding pretty cool. I think it's time for some, kind of guitar stabs just to kind of emphasize some of that bass line. So let me pick up my guitar and we'll do some guitars. And just like the bass, I can select this track and hit the input monitoring button and I should be able to hear my guitar. Okay, so let's just play along with the drums and bass and just see where the guitar is going to work. Okay, let's just grab a little loop there, take that out of record arm, and let's hear that together. Okay, I think those guitar stabs sound okay. I think the next thing I'm going to add is maybe some kind of synthesizer stuff. So the first thing I'm going to do is add a new instrument track. Select the instrument track and go to the track view and bring up SynthCell. I'm thinking some kind of rhythmic arpeggiated synth would be kind of interesting. So let's just bring up one of the synthesizers, go to the ARP section, turn that on. Maybe something random. So I know this track's in the key of D minor, so I'm going to play a D minor triad and then just flatten the fifth from time to time just to give it that diminished sound. So let's hear how that all sounds. And let's try recording that. And finally, I think I just want to add a pad just to fill out that mid-range. Let's relabel this track pad. Go to the track view, change it to SynthCell, and we can go to our factory patches and go to pads. And let's hear that. That could work. So now that I have all the elements that I want in this track, I can start kind of dragging clips into different scenes to create some kind of structure. So I can select clips and duplicate them. I can just drag them down. And I can label scenes so I know what they might be. I'll call the next one verse. Call the next one chorus. And then we'll finally do an outro. Now if I want to create an arrangement, all I need to do is select a scene and drag it into the arrangement at the top of the... If I want a scene to repeat, I can select it and type in the number of repeats, and then continue to drag in more scenes to build that arrangement out. Select the arrangement and hit play. So there you have it, how I would start making an industrial style track using Pro Tools Sketch. So Sketch is available now from the App Store, and it's also available in any Pro Tools desktop subscription. So go ahead and click the link below to get access to Sketch for free, or even go and download Pro Tools free for 30 days and check it out. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you on the next one.